All right. Hello, hello. Welcome everyone. My name is Cyberfox and welcome to today's live stream. How's everyone doing? Hello, chat. Let's see. That switch here. And here we go. Hello everyone. Nice to see everyone in chat and doing well. We're gonna go right into it. We're not gonna get right into it. Apparently an update is needed. But welcome chat to Mario Galaxy 2 that we're gonna be playing through. And I did see the Mario Galaxy movie and I have a lot of thoughts. Cyber, you remember saying you would 200% Galaxy if you do not have a life? I guess that means I do not have a life. Oh, did you 200% it? And also shoutouts to FOLLOWCHAT 9642. I am butchering your username. I do apologize, but thank you so much for becoming a member. I see that green username. I see that little loyalty badge. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hopefully the benefits treat you nicely and you enjoy the member of a channel. Thanks for supporting. I 200%'d it yesterday. Holy Omnisaya. Thank you so much for correcting me on that. But thanks. Okay, sweet. You got 200%'d it. Did you play as Luigi? Well, you'd have to. Oh man. So, first things first. Chat. Let me know how the audio is and everything and all that jazz. Is the game too loud? Am I too loud? All that jazz. Also too, I've never played Mario Galaxy 2 before. I played a little bit of the original and I'd completed it, you know, the main story. Here on the channel, but Galaxy 2 never played. I know it has Yoshi, and that is all I know about it. Audio sounds good, thank you. Would you like to create a new game file? No, I want to complete the one that I've been working on already. No, this is the first time playing. Use the Yoshi item. Regular mode. Cool. Yoshi World 1, the great space journey begins. Who the heck is player 2? Oh, that's just to... Okay. You're in for a good time because the levels in this one are even better? Oh, sweet. Okay, let's go from story. Let's get to the story, let's start playing the game, and then we'll start yapping, okay? Now, let me tell you a new story that also begins with stardust. Shimmering stardust falls on the Mushroom Kingdom once a century. That time had come again.
Dear Mario.
Oh, she's not gonna read the whole thing? Dear Mario, would you like to share some cake while we watch the shooting stars? Meet me at the castle. Star Festival had just begun. Toads everywhere were celebrating. Oh wait, we can play? Oh, that's cool. Hey Mario! Whoa, Starbits! Aha! Okay, this is kind of cool. It's a 2D section. but it also kind of acts as a tutorial. But I don't understand why you need kind of this type of linear style of tutorial to a sequel. Because you make a sequel because you like the first one and know how the first one works. Anyway. Strange little fellow seemed confused. Was he lost? He seemed to take a shine to Mario. Mario's cap filled with warmth as he felt a new power surging through him. The ability to turn 180 degrees. You see, that's why it's a 2D section right now, because Mario doesn't have the star. Now that he has the Luma, he can now go on a 3D journey. There we go. Oh gosh. Oh, Bowser's huge. Okay, cool. Hello. And I was just saying that Bowser's big in Galaxy 1. I think he's even bigger here. Oh my gosh. You're too late, Mario. Power of the stars is already mine. And look what else I got. I'm huge! He actually acknowledges it. Even scarier up close, huh? Look at this 4K textures. See all my scales. Maybe I'll have Peach bake me something for once. I'm sure could go for a galaxy-sized slice of cake right now. Oh, he's like big, okay. I'm way too huge for this puny planet. I deserve an empire that's more me size. Okay, like he's big, okay. And I'll put it into the center of the universe. Have fun with your stupid mushrooms. And then he just flies, okay. So let me irradiate. Bowser's big. Like how? They're not gonna explain that? They're not gonna explain what happened? Man, this is based on the Mario Galaxy movie. But can we just... There's gotta be a way. No? Oh wait, yeah. Oh, this is so weird. Very weird intro. Mario, where did that monster come from? You took your princess in the center of the universe. You must hurry and save her. Oh, Master Luma. Young Master Luma, did you get thrown overboard too? Good thing you're safe. I see. So you're going to stay in Mario's cap? That should be safe for now. It's funny how this game makes a big thing about Luma being in Mario's cap to give him the ability to go to space, and it's not mentioned once in the movie. We'll get to it. It's not even done, actually. But Mario, you have another thing to worry about, like saving the princess, but how? I know, with young Master Luma's help, we can use the power of the stars. We Lumas can help a little too. As thanks for saving our friends, we'll send you into space and get that monster. Now let's go after him. Here we go! Oh, now we're just starting. Okay. I'd probably be rich if I had a nickel every time Bowser became big. Fun fact, the reason they made this game was because they had a ton of leftover and unused ideas from the first one and they didn't want to waste them. That's what I heard. Yeah, that's so cool. Imagine if Luma continued to stay in Mars Cap up to Super Mario Odyssey and ended up having to share it with Cappy. You think it is the cake of peaches? Peaches, peaches, peaches. Oh man, so definitely Pee-wee Piranha's temper tantrum. Pee-wee Herman's in this game? 1 second. Music's cool on the start though. Our power stars, they're gone. That gigantic monster stole them. If you're going after that monster, you might see our power stars out there too. Please bring our power stars back. We Lumas will help you along the way. So, definitely a more linear start than 1. I don't think there's ever been a Mario game intro or cutscene in the series since that is as cool as Galaxy 1. But as a sequel, you know, it gets the job done, it does something a little bit different, and it does what it needs to do. So, the Mario Galaxy movie. I did see that. And I'm going to do my critique review first. My brutal, honest, and critique review first. Mario Galaxy movie is not really... It's not a good movie as far as telling a story that's unique or compelling and has strong characters. There's a lot of moments where it just seems like it's a sequence of events that happen in a certain order, and you might think, okay, that's actually what a movie is. Well, there can be a lot more, and should be a lot more depth and crafting when it comes to that, to make it more of a story. And then thinking back, there's a lot of scenes and moments where it's like, okay, that just happened, we're moving on, and it's not questioned, and it's like, okay, you could see where a scene could have gone a little bit longer, but then what was given, it's like, okay, no, they did everything I think they could probably do with it. Or there's a lot of areas like, okay, let's reiterate or just pause a little more seconds on that frame that it should make sense, you know? A little plot holes here and there. So it is interesting. However, if I'm gonna say the Mario Galaxy movie is not a good movie, it is a fantastic Nintendo film. It is by far the coolest and greatest Nintendo film I've ever seen. And I'm sorry, I cannot stay, I can be critical, and I can have a conversation like, well, I see this point and this point, but I cannot bring myself to be disappointed and negative. It's like, oh man, okay, we're gonna talk about this. Before we continue with the game, before we continue with the discussion, I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna be talking about spoilers for the movie. I'm gonna be talking about all the details of the movie. I'm gonna talk about all the scenes, or I'm gonna be talking about spoilers. I'm gonna be talking like going full fan mode into it. If you don't want to be spoiled, or if you have arrangements to go see it soon, and you don't want to be spoiled, I totally understand not watching the stream. Catch the next one. Don't worry. I know you want to see, you know, the funny fox play a Mario game, but you won't hurt my feelings if you want to, you know, be spoiler free. With that being said, we're gonna get into everything. I feel like that applies to too many movies I watch nowadays. The story pacing feels rushed. The pacing, oh my gosh, yes, it feels totally rushed. Like, I don't like when scenes in movies drag, especially when they feel predictable. Like, okay, yeah, it's this scene that's happening, or oh, it's gonna be, you can read what the scene is going to be, and then you gotta wait until it ends because you just know how everything's gonna play out. With the Mario movie, you have no idea what's gonna happen. I mean, some scenes like, okay, well, how are they gonna do this? Or like, oh, I know what this scene, there's some, you know, predictability, but honestly, I have to agree, and there is another argument that I'll get into when saying this, but I don't like things dragging. I like, okay, let's get to the pace. Because the worst thing I feel like will happen is I'll be watching a movie or a film and it's an awkward scene. And it's like, I don't want to watch this, or this kind of makes me feel uncomfortable. Or it's like, okay, when you've watched the movie, oh man, when you watch the movie, and they have to explain a scene or they have to explain a thing to the audience. Oh man, this game's like throwing everything at you. Okay. And what I mean by that is that there's so many things in the Mario movie where they could have dragged on a little bit for explanation. They could have had like characters react a certain way. And there was a lot of points where it was like, I'm happy they didn't. So for example, this is going to be into spoiler scenes. When Peach finds the storybook and reveals about her origin, there could have been a long scene afterwards where she's like debating, oh Mario, I don't know like who I'm supposed to be, or how am I gonna move on with like knowing about this, and this changes like my whole personality, my destiny, and yada yada yada. And it's like, they could have done that easily. And that's been done in so many movies. And whenever movies do that, depending on the context, it's like, okay, just move on. It's like, okay, now we have to hold this character progression. Now they have to like go through this whole scene where it's like, you're gonna get over it and you're gonna, you know, move on and be, you know, the character that you're always gonna learn and all that stuff. You know, predictable. Sometimes it can be predictable. But they didn't. It's like, okay, yeah, here's the origin story. Just like, huh, neat. And then moves on. Where it's like, okay, we're not doing the whole sappy, you know, thing that's predictable. But at least give us some reaction or some dwellingness. Because after that, the scene just ends. Like, it just cuts back to, I think, like Bowser, and he's like, all right, Junior. We have a freaking Death Star now. Where I think it's kind of funny where they, Mario doesn't really have a story where they actually have to pull from Sonic inspiration to make a plot device. I'm joking. But, and that's another disclaimer I have to say, is like, I'm gonna say a lot of jokes, I'm gonna say a lot of quips. This is just my opinion, I'm just goofing off, I'm just seeing how it is. If you disagree, if you have other opinions, if you liked it, if you didn't like it, that's great. We can all have different opinions, but I'm just yapping at the moment. It's funny watching you try to gain the coins of the mouse and try to stomp on the enemies. It's funny how you notice that, cause like, oh yeah, a coin. Oh, I can't grab it. I love seeing Bowser as a dad. Yeah, I really like his character direction. And it's so funny, where it's like, yeah, in the games, where was Bowser Jr.? Like, how are they gonna explain that? He was in freaking boarding school. And it was funny. It was so funny. Oh, are you redoing this? Hello. Oh, he makes little squeaking noises. This is definitely a remixed version of the first, I'm surprised this thing wasn't in the movie. There we go. There we go. Where is it? It's over here. There we go. I love the fact that Bowser Jr. had a separate personality and was distinct from Bowser as a character. That's what I thought was interesting. Like, Bowser Jr., like, he carried. He carried the Bowser Empire, honestly. And I think it's so sweet. It was a very sweet scene how they did it, where it was exposition for Bowser's plan. And it was like a bedtime story with Junior, and how he made like little cardboard like get up and costume and played like, oh man, they handled like the caring Bowser and the evil Bowser really well. And it was kind of crazy where it kind of seemed like he almost had like a reformed personality in the movie. But I think it was like one of those other elements where they could have maybe shown that a little bit more. And also another expectation, because it was like, okay, he's gonna trick Mario to like make him big again, and he's gonna betray the team, and we have to sit through that. But they didn't, and I was surprised about that. And it's like, okay, yeah, he's gonna like play the long game. Like, no, he actually had to be convinced to come back to his family and become king again. And it's an interesting character part to think about. It's not developed as deep as maybe it could have been, or maybe clearly conveyed, but maybe because movies are so predictable, I feel, at least in my opinion, where I was expecting that, but no, it wasn't. Hello, Tango, YouTube gamer, welcome to the stream. There is demonstration of Bowser's shames. It is far more implied, though. Yeah. And it was subtle. Yeah, I do agree with that. Patrick Star. Yeah, we have this guy we're gonna get through. So you're this Mario guy with my little Lumas who won't stop blabbling about, am I right? Sorry to hear about the excitement you had with that monster down in Mushroom Kingdom. I'm sure appreciate you bringing us Power Stars, though. We need as many of these things we can. My name's Lubba. by the way, and I'm the head honcho of this Luma crew. See, believe it or not, we're on a spaceship right now. Took some real elbow grease to convert this this little planetoid into a ship, but we Lumas pulled it off. May not look like much, but it's home. Truth be told, the ship, she's not in such hot shape right now. We ran into that monster too. He blasted us with the meteors, and some of my crew were thrown overboard. That monster kidnapped your princess, eh? That's gold. Deep space gold, if you ask me. You know what else is gold? That monster stealing every last one of our power stars. See, that's what fuels our spaceship. Runs on energy from stars. Without that, we're stranded here. Hey, yo, is that a young Master Luma? It is, isn't it? Wait, if you have the trust of a young Master Luma, say you might just have a little proposition for you. Hear me out now. Some special someone got kidnapped and now you gotta save her. Am I right? And we need fuel for our ship. So if you think you could get some of our stars back for us, we'll be waiting to make this ship your very own for a bit. That's a fair exchange, right, Mario? Alright, it's a deal. Okay, gang, let's get cracking. Yeah, I want everything spaceship shape. I forgot there's a Mario planet in this game. Lubba's crew rebuilt the spaceship to look just like Mario. I don't know if that's flattery or just kind of weird. Well, what do you think? Nice spaceship, yeah, more like a face ship. Laugh. Well, at least you'll never lose it in a parking lot, am I right? Okay. I like this guy. Hello, Joseph took Kate. Welcome, and welcome, Gohan. How's your day? My day's doing alright. It was busy, but I'm happy to finally be playing some Mario Galaxy. And we're talking about the Mario movie too, so spoiler alert if anyone's just now joining, we'll be discussing spoilers soon. Mario Express. So what's next? Don't look at me. This ship has your face on it, not mine. This decision is yours. Feel free to explore Starship Mario. Spaceship, Starship, I'm getting all my ships mixed up. And there's seagulls in space. Okay, cool. What does this say? While sliding down the wall, press B to wall jump. Cool. Imagine for the final level, Mario crashed the spaceship straight into Bowser's castle. This is really neat. I do like how, like, okay, we're making a sequel. How do we do the transportation? We're gonna fly Mario's head. Oh yeah, there you go. What? Oh, I thought I went inside of... Okay. Oh man. All right. So this is the world map. Just point your cursor at the destination, press A to jump into the galaxy. Like I said, the spaceship runs on star energy from star powers. Right now, it looks like we got enough for it to go this far. We're gonna need more power stars. So let's do it. And for your princess and my crew, take it away, Captain. Yoshi Star Galaxy, let's go! We got the man! And now that we're in Yoshi Galaxy, we'll talk about Yoshi. Saddle up with Yoshi. So, Yoshi is in the Mario movie, and he's adorable. I love him. He's a great character in the movie. Fantastic scenes. How the Mario Bros find him, that's really cute and really adorable. I like the scene where he's like trapped in New York with fun shenanigans. And it's so funny where he's like, he discovers it. Like from the post-credit scene, I've always wondered, how are they gonna bring Yoshi into, you know, the Mushroom Kingdom if the brothers are staying there, but he's in Brooklyn? Simple. He just explores, and then as soon as the police go after him, he just flees. And he's there. It was a really cute scene. And then he's just part of the crew. And I know the movie kind of jokes about it, like, oh yeah, Yoshi's here now. And it's like, yeah, he is. He's cool. And I love how the brothers, like, adopt him as a family member. It's really neat. I thought Yoshi would be more helpful in getting the stars, but he just keeps running around in circles. Yoshi's father committed tax fraud. We love Yoshi. We do love Yoshi. And he got himself trapped inside that egg. You can get him out and keep him focused. He might be useful. Keep him focused. Yoshi's just like me for real. Okay, there's mud. Cool. Get rid of you, get rid of you. Get the star bit. Are we gonna get a Yoshi? Woohoo! Yoshi hatched from the egg! You saved me! Oh, he talks in this game. Donald Glover did an excellent job being Yoshi. He did. I love all the little noises and the little sounds that he makes. I was just trying to save my friends, but then I got turned into an egg and trapped. You know, we should team up. Come on, to my back. I don't know what kind of, you know, voice to give Yoshi. But a good one might be that. There we go. Oh. So now we have Yoshi powers. The movie lied to us. How so? I can feel that argument being made. But right now, I'm trying to experience Yoshi powers. What is... Oh, I just noticed. The cursor is now the tongue. Wait, is the room now fill sound of the room of Mongos? It is. Oh, he does have... Cool. Woo! And I take it that, point at things... Okay. So I take it... Oh, this is fun. But he just... To break things, he just shakes his head. That's funny. Oh? I thought it was cute that he didn't talk and made for good comedy. Yeah, I like when Yoshi doesn't really talk. I mean, your Yoshi form. Cyber, Cyber, may I have permission to jump off you in order to cross a cliff? No, I would not appreciate that. I mean, unlike Yoshi in the games, I feel like I would have the self-conscious effort to try to make it back onto the cliff if you pull that stunt. Oh gosh. What the heck is that thing? Oh, get it off, get it off, get it off! Freak? Yo. Yoshi Gaming? Yoshi Gaming? This is Yoshi, and he do be gaming. I think it's interesting though that the movie... Oh gosh. Oh no. Okay. I'm gonna need all of these. I also think it's interesting, all the promotions for the movie. Like, I didn't see a lot of, you know, small clips and whatnot. I just saw kind of like the teaser trailer, the first trailer, and then what was ever shown on like the Mario Galaxy Direct. So yeah, and then any other trailers or that came on like the TV, they just showed clips from the first like 10 minutes of the movie. It's interesting, which is a smart move, I feel, because it's not really it didn't really spoil anything, and I'm happy I didn't see a lot because it was like, oh, that was genuinely a good surprise. What are we gonna get? We got Mario Party here. But it was interesting because I was seeing a lot of trailers for the Mario Galaxy movie and seeing Mario and Luigi and Yoshi being more on the Mushroom Kingdom area. I was a little nervous. And especially when they were like, you know, staying behind for a little bit. And just that montage of them taking care of like all the folks in the Mushroom Kingdom, like an average day, and how they did it with the world map for Mario Bros. 3. That was fun. That was a fun montage. That was so neat. That was cool. I really enjoyed that scene. That was super fun. But can I eat this, or is it gonna... Nope. If Yoshi gets hit, he'll run away. Be careful. Hop on his back quickly to get him back over here. Press and hold while it's... okay. I feel like these would have been explained from the get-go, because I've been doing them already. But yeah, I thought it was very interesting. I'm kind of happy that they didn't show a lot of the movie in trailers and promos. And I was generally surprised at what we were given, and it was like, okay, that's kind of cool. And going in blind was the best decision. And I wasn't spoiled or anything, so that was great. And also, too, I think that contributes to where I wasn't really following news updates for the movie a lot. Oh gosh, is this ziplining? Oh gosh, it is. In fact, I kind of forgot the movie was coming out because I was focusing on other things, and that I feel like that definitely contributed to a better viewing experience. Give me that. There we go. Ha! Yoshi is so fun to play in this game. Uh-oh. There we go. Uh-oh. Ah, man. Alright, go here. Go here. No! Where is he? Oh gosh! Yoshi just fell! Uh-oh. Give me a coin. Thank you. Okay, we're back with Yoshi Gaming. Joshi, no! Okay, there we go. Oh gosh. No, don't you. No! No, Yoshi! Oh no. Did not do well. That got scary quick. Oh man. Alright. We back in Yoshi Gaming. Let's see, there's a comment. I'm really sad that Rosalina didn't play a bigger role in the movie. So I did see that comment before. Okay, that's gonna kill me, so no. So I would generally like to know, you know, either if there's other drafts or just other, you know, maybe, how do you say, ideas for Rosalina, because I feel like they set her up as a character. The intro with her was really cool. They show the type of character that she is. The stakes were high, and I would argue, like, yeah, they were realistic. They were doing the whole capturing the princess thing, and they established that her capture was needed for an end goal for the villains. So realistically, I feel like they checked off everything that they needed to do. Alright. We finished Yoshi Gaming. But I do understand, it was like from the intro, that's all that was given about her. I feel like the movie was supposed to be like somewhat of a mystery, and you know, there's some things implied for the big reveal. And we'll talk about the big reveal, honestly, in a little bit. But I do sympathize for, you know, if you want to see your character on the big screen and you feel like there wasn't enough of your character on the big screen, I do feel for those fans. But I feel like being the main reason that the characters need to save her is a very big plot point. But I can honestly see where it is in that regard. And I've seen comments like, okay, well, she didn't really play a big role. Well, she did play a big role in the game. But I feel like playing a big role but having screen time are two different things, because you can play a huge role in a plot and not have a lot of screen time or be seen. So I think there can be an argument for both of those. But that's just me. But I do understand. Cyberfox, question, how many forms do you have? I do not know, honestly. I mean, I didn't really go into like making a character to be able to take on different power-ups and forms. But every time I come across, an idea, it's like, oh, what if I made my character like this? What if I made my character like a Pokemon? What if I made him like a Yoshi? What if I made him into like a cat? I don't know, it's really fun. Sometimes when you just have a character, you want to, see them twist and turn in different ways and deform until, they burst. Anyway, you say you don't mean to pry or anything, but what's with that thing over there? Calling Yoshi a thing? Ain't it? Be straight with me, pal. You hatching alien eggs now? This character, oh, I love him. The writing on this character is good. I will make a comment about the movie that I've noticed, and it's crazy how the Mario Galaxy movie has more plot points to Mario 1 than the first Mario movie. So like, when I'm gonna mention a few things, like the whole kidnapping a princess, like that was in the first one, of course, with Peach and Bowser, not until like later on, but that's like the main thing stated out, like Bowser's like, hey, I captured a princess. And then the whole that's a whole plot point. I don't know where the climax begins and ends, like it's a crazy climax for the movie, but oh gosh. But I feel like also near the ending, they do the Mario 1 bridge scene where Mario takes the axe and chops the bridge and Bowser burns in the lava, like from the first game. And they did it like in a shocking way too, not like groundbreaking or anything, but like you see it in the game so many times, but then you see it in film and seeing how the characters react to a scene like that, it's crazy. Oh, we need 3 stars, got it. We're going back here. So yeah, there's a lot of things that they did from the first, like what Mario's known for in the sequel and not the first one. Also, the Mario Maker scene was fun. That was really, really neat. When Bowser Jr. is like, it's time to meet your maker, and then he like builds the level as Peach and Mario are running on it. That's cool. That's really neat. Also, I'm gonna make this comment because I'm gonna get to this discussion of, I should be continue playing actually. I'm gonna get to this part where we're gonna talk about Sonic the Hedgehog, because of course he's gonna, make his way into a discussion. So Yoshi Gaming. There we go. Of course Sonic's gonna make a play in any conversation. What am I trying to say here? So I haven't really kept up with like Sonic news and communities and stuff. Like I enjoy the franchise as it is, and you know what is. What do I do with you? Okay, bye. I guess one of the main things that people are complaining about now with Sonic is just how the writing is. And there's like, oh, they're just using the references left and right, and it makes no sense, no rhyme or reason, and like just dogging on the writers to be like, you know, okay, what do we do here? We do that. Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. I think I understand the assignment. Hold up. Hold up. Yeah, they're dogging on the writers, all these references. When Sonic's like, hey Eggman, you didn't win this time. Guess you haven't lived and learned or anything. That's not a real quote from the games. It's just... Okay, got it. But I'm just saying, they'll use references in that regard. And then people are just, you know, not happy with that type of writing. They feel like it's unnatural, they feel like it's unnecessary. And I'm sure there's been arguments like, hey, well, Mario will never do that. Mario will never, like, be that blatant with their references. My guy. When Bowser was facing Mario and Peach, and he's like, Bowser's back, and now you will face his fury. I knew right away, like, this ain't special, bro. It's not a real problem. Sonic's not doing it, and it's just a Sonic thing. The writers for Mario are doing it. And I just think that's so funny. Where it's like, people like, they get this imaginary, I guess, vision of what, how things should be done. And it's like, no, it's not cool to make references in writing and stuff. So, like, blatantly. Especially, I think, with the Sonic comics, I think there's a lot of, there's, like, literally a line, I think, between Eggman and Sonic. And it was the lyrics to, Open Your Heart, from SA1. And like, I look at that and I think it's kind of neat. It's kind of cool. It doesn't bother me. But people are saying like, oh, that's horrible. That's why are they doing that? So cringe. But then when I'm watching the Mario movie and they're doing the same type of dialogue to make references to their own series, I'm like, okay. They're just trying to be cute, and that's fine, and I like that. And that's totally okay. Oh, I get the purpose now. But yeah, Bowser Jr. says Mario Peach, prepare to make your meet your maker. Exactly, that's what I'm referring to. So I just think it's so funny that people will literally complain about anything and feel like they have a superior way of depicting things, when in reality, they're like, hey, the writers were just having fun. So like, yeah, I just thought that was funny. I had to make that comment. Oh gosh. There we go. Speaking about references, what about, how do you say, oh, evil cloud, hold up. Oh, it's King Lakitu. I didn't know he was a character. I've seen the comment also made, like, the Mario movie is just reference after reference after reference, and that's all it is, and it doesn't tell a story. So, I feel like, in my honest opinion, and this is just an opinion, there's a difference between a reference and the actual source material. So, for example, let's use the example, I'm trying to think of the scene where, okay, the stupid zapper that turns Mario and Luigi into babies. It's like it's the Nintendo zapper, right? And that's what the weapon is. That's a reference. It's serving a purpose, but it's like, hey, it's a reference too. Okay, we don't have Yoshi anymore. Good to know. Okay, we have Yoshi now. Hold up. We gotta do Yoshi gaming. But then there's the scene in the Honeycomb Galaxy where the Mario Bros need transportation to get to the Gateway Galaxy. So they use the beetle that was one of the bosses in the what is it? Yeah, from the game. It's the beetle that you battle. You know, you have to jump on and, you know, do that. Some people could be like, oh, it's a reference. Why do they have to reference every single thing? That's the beetle that you battle in the game. My guy, yeah, it can be viewed as a reference, but that's like part of the world. That's a character that would exist realistically in that moment and be used as a means of transportation. So, it's just the world. And my thoughts are all over the place, honestly, right now. But hopefully that's what I'm making my point across, is that there's a difference between a reference, where the film's like, oh, we're gonna bring this in, and the fans will know it. But then also, like, no, that's just how the world works. And I'm gonna make this argument, too, is the first movie I felt like did a good job with explaining to the audience how the world works, especially to Mario as a new character to the world, on how the Mushroom Kingdom works, how power-ups work, how the blocks work, you know, how everything works. In the sequel, they don't give any explanation as far as, you know, how the world basically works. They don't question there's a giant bee and, like, there. They don't question, you know how coins work or platforms work. And I like it for that. It just, like, yeah, that's what Mario is. And it's not a shame that's what it is. It has to be grounded as far as we have to invent this fictional element to make sure that people can believe that there's floating blocks in this universe. None of that. It's just, here's how the games work. This is how it would work in a movie form. Just go. So I appreciate that. I feel like it's just such a slog when you see a movie that's based on a source material and it's been explaining to the audience about said source material. I understand it because movies reach a broader audience that may not even know what a Mario is. And I feel like for the first film, it's fine to do that. But I feel like to be involved in like the fantasy of a movie, you just go. No questions about it. Just go. But yeah, I'm gonna while this is unlocking, I'm gonna go back to some comments. I do apologize if I missed some things. So the comment, what I mean was about the fact that she was hyped up to be super powerful, and we only kind of get one scene of her, referring to Rosalina. Get to see her use her powers only once. I do agree with that, yeah. And I know the marketing, they didn't advertise her a lot, but I can see where a lot of people come across like that. In my opinion, I feel like the reason for her capture and overpowerment is justified because of the protection of her children, and it's realistic. But for the film to hype her up, I can see that. This is a crafting table. Exactly. Also, fourth wall break when I'm switching to like other windows. I'm a professional streamer. Which also we just used Yoshi. So the Minecraft movie is a perfect example where it's just explanation central, and for the type of plot it is, it makes sense. And for the most part, it gives the explanation, it does it, and you know, it's all good. Oh wait, so this was just a path that we have to go to get to this guy to... Wait, so we had to get 3 stars to go here. We've now unlocked the area. Now we have to pay 300 star bits to progress more. Or do we just go here? Oh, wait, no, that's just an option. Okay, I get it. Spin Dig Galaxy. Okay, no worries. We got it, we got it. It's still the same understanding that you get when playing the games. Yeah. Do not focus on the things that hinder you, for if you dwell on it too long, those hindering become you. You shape your world and only you. Focus on the things that boost you. You will live great. Thank you, the Goose of Knowledge. And unironically, that is the main theme of the discussion about the Mario Galaxy movie. I feel like it all depends on how you want to enjoy a movie. If you're going to see a movie to be invested in a story and characters, you're looking for elements that's not there, you're gonna hate it. If you just see how it is and appreciate the work and the art form that is there, you're gonna have a great time. Because let's be honest, I'm not saying that the Mario movies or Mario himself cannot tell a grand story and cannot, how do you say, be epic and have character growth and, you know, all those good things in a movie. I'm just saying that Nintendo has vocally said that they don't want to do that. And if Nintendo doesn't want to do that, they're not gonna do that. If they want to focus on like the fun and the whimsy and just things looking cool and fun and just the feeling aspect, I respect that. You know, a person can definitely say to you like, hey, that's not how you make a film, and that's not how you're supposed to do it. Says who? Have you seen like fan animations and fan projects where which some I do agree, it balanced the references and the storytelling better, but when they make a fan little animation, they just want to make things that look fun. And also too, Mario is not a story-driven character. This is gonna be controversial, but I'm not saying that you shouldn't play Mario for the plot and the story, but realistically, I don't think you play Mario for the story and the plot. Mario RPGs have great stories, and that's why you play those games. So it's been proven that they can tell a good story. However, when representing Mario as a whole, what are you gonna get when you just see a mainline Mario game? Like even Galaxy 1. Galaxy 1 is epic and grand, and I feel like it is the grandest Mario game. Okay, we're going. Oh, I see. That's cool. But as far as story, what really happens? Like, yeah, the castle gets uprooted and taken to space. Bowser kidnaps Peach. You wake up on a planet and you get raided by a space princess. Oh, I see. This is kind of cool. Like, yeah, there's a lot of things that happen. And they're epic. But I mean no disrespect when I say it is kind of simple. Because after that, you're just going level by level by level, and there's little tiny stories in each level. Like, oh, the honeycomb galaxy, like, you know, there's a subplot with the Beatles and stuff. Just to name an example. So yeah, there are definitely stories, and they're relatively simple, and it doesn't mean that's a negative thing. So when adapting that to a movie, it is possible. It's just, how'd you say, needs a little more crafting. If anything, I think Mario Galaxy movie takes inspiration from Galaxy 2 more so. Just because with the amount of things I feel like I'm being thrown at is just like watching the movie. And in that regard, yeah, it's one thing after another. And I feel like that's where, I guess, the game design kind of gets put into practice. Okay, where are we going? Because as a game designer, I never made games, but I feel like I know Nintendo's mentality is kind of how much stuff that we can fill in this level for the player to do and keep them, you know, occupied. And that's a good mentality for games. For movies, I feel like that's important to have your audience engaged in it, but you do that with different ways. You either do it by telling a narrative, lingering on a scene, do it creatively. And I feel like Nintendo Illumination's route was just, hey, let's just throw so much stuff on the screen and all these action set pieces. Let's just see, make something that looks cool. And I respect that decision, but there's a consequence. And I feel like the consequence is the main thing people seeing it's a cash grab. It's just a lot of noise. It's just overstimulation for literal babies. And when you're watching not knowing anything, it can maybe feel like that. But if you do your research, and if you know the games, and if you played the games, you're gonna get a better understanding. It's like reading the book and then watching the movie. Then you could be like, oh, this is from the book, or like, oh, this has been adapted to the book. You play the games, and then you watch the movie, and then you're like, oh, this is from the games, and this is from the games. That's where I feel like one way of looking at it. Hello, Dane Saka. Hey, happy April. Hello, welcome to the stream. Did you enjoy Galaxy or movie 1 better? That is a great question. I've seen movie 1 multiple times. Galaxy, I'm interested when it comes out on DVD because I want to watch it again. I feel like movie 1 did a good job telling a story. Because if I was to explain the Mario movie, I can say, like, yeah, it's about Mario and Luigi, like their origin story. Luigi gets kidnapped, and Mario has to go save him, and Mario learns about how to, you know, become Super Mario. And, it does a good job integrating elements from the games into a story. And what I mean by that, it's like, okay, the scene is we want to have Mario battle someone. Okay, let's use Donkey Kong. Do a whole Donkey Kong themed scene from the games. And why does he have to battle him? Well, because so they can gain, you know, the Kong army to go face off Bowser. Okay, so how are they gonna get this army to Bowser? Well, let's use Mario Kart. Okay, we'll do that. Everything has a reason, I guess, and the reason is Mario-fied. With, at the end, I feel like everything just comes together. Like, everything built upon and everything established, it has a satisfying conclusion. For movie 1, it's a good, solid film. And it's a good film that I feel like could stand on its own. Ouch. Oh, it's a 2D section, okay. Ouch. Ouch. I did not see that. Hold up, gotta lock in. Alright. Hold up. Need to lock in. There we go. Ah. There we go. Galaxy, it's like if you liked Mario Movie 1, but you just want more of Mario stuff. Like if you want to see an animated Mario game, and you don't care about anything else but just seeing Mario characters and the world and them doing things from the game, that's where you go see Galaxy. Where Galaxy movie is a glorified cutscene of just moments and sequences, and they're beautifully animated sequences. They're beautifully animated, sound design is great, the music is beautiful. I would argue though multiple times for the action sequences, and I never felt like this with a movie before, where I felt like it was just a little too much, a little overstimulating, and I feel like they did a good job with the heavy action battle scenes where they did more panning camera shots instead of cutting, because that would make it a lot more obnoxious. However, I feel like there was many times where I felt like the camera just focus so I can register what's happening, because they'll have like Mario flying and kicking Bowser Jr., and then Bowser Jr. Comes over and does a tail swipe to Luigi, and Luigi goes into like Bowser, and Bowser goes and claws and jumps over, and there's this whole sequence that the choreography is great. I just feel like it moves too fast and it's not focused, where it's like, whoa, 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 hang on, I need to focus on something. There was multiple times in the film where I felt like that. Maybe I'm getting old, but that's just how it felt with a few things. But I feel like if you saw it, like watched it digitally, and you're able to go slower speeds and break down everything, it would be really cool to see that. But yeah, I would still argue that the Mario game, the Mario movies, are the best video game adaptations to film ever. Like, when I go to a movie that's based on a video game, I want to see video game stuff. I want to hear video game music. I want to even hear video game sound effects, but not being a video game in like the perks of seeing it animated or on film. To have everything tied together with voice acting and a story and a narrative. And the Mario movies do a great job of doing that, because they know it's a video game movie. They know it's a Mario movie, so why would you ever use anything that's not a Mario thing? You go and send Mario to like LA in the real world? Why would you do that? That's not a Mario thing. And it's that stubbornness of Nintendo I appreciate, that doesn't allow, you know, a new live action Mario film. They're like, no, this is what it is. It's gonna be animated. It's gonna have the characters. It's gonna use the items that are from the games. It's not gonna be some weird knockoff Fire Flower. It's gonna be the Fire Flower from the games. And I feel like that's a hard thing to wrap around the Sonic films, where I know they're very tightly tied with Sega and the source material, but when a movie that fails to adapt the thing that it's promising to adapt, it feels like a knockoff. It's like, sorry, we can't give you Green Hill Zone in the movies. Here's budgeted Green Hill Zone, Montana in the real world. And he's like, what do you mean? It's Green Hill Zone. It's like, yeah, but it's not the one from the games. And it's like, you know what I mean. So that's the long answer to give. Do I like movie 1 or 2? I like both. I feel like if someone wants to have a little bit more story, movie 1 does that good, and it ties the Mario elements together to tell a story more cleverly. If you just want to see Mario stuff and don't want a rhyme or reason, then Oh, it's a gravity one. Then Galaxy Movie's great. Like, if you just love Nintendo and you want to see like Nintendo things in a movie, Galaxy Movie's great. Because thinking about in the movie, I'm thinking of all the different sequences of like the casino scene and the you know, the Baby Mario scene, but also like the Yoshi Island scene. That's what that's referencing. I'm thinking of the scenes. I'm not necessarily thinking, well, they did this scene because then after that it leads into this, and there's a reason. I'm not thinking of the story, I'm just thinking of like the scenes. And in a roundabout way, that's kind of how Mario games are. Especially Galaxy, where it's like you're going from one planet that has its own little sub-story. Yeah, I'm trying to collect the coins with the cursor. Shut up. You're doing all that, right? Ouch. However, yeah, and like in the Mario Galaxy game, you're doing different planets and they all have their own little side stories, and that's kind of what the movie does. And it does have an overarching like goal. But at the end of the film, I didn't have the same satisfaction as the first one. And to put it in perspective, the first one is like, okay, Mario's down, like the Koopas are invading Brooklyn, he's got to save the day, he's got to step up. Did I fail to get everything? I did. Oh wait. And then it's like builds up and it builds up, and then once they get the Power Star, it's like the most satisfying it's like the most satisfying thing when that happens. When they get the Power Star, clouds like disappear, they have the power up, the music kicks in, that is beautiful, and then it's just pure hype. The Galaxy movie, it has a climax, but I'm trying to think, when does it start and when does it end? Or was I supposed to get something? Maybe I already got it. Yeah, I think I already got it. Like, it's a big sequence. And it's like, okay, yeah, they have a battle, they get power-ups. They're facing off Bowser Jr. and Dry Bones Bowser, and then when they you know, they're battling and they get the upper hand, and then Bowser Jr. summons the dragon from Mario Odyssey, from the Fallen Kingdom. Like, oh my goodness, I didn't expect that. That was epic. But then the dragon turns and then eats Bowser Jr. And it's like, oh no, what's gonna happen? And then Mario just pulls out the red star and becomes Flying Mario, and that's epic. That's cool. Like, that's the coolest Mario thing. But he just gets it and flies and ends the conflict, and it's over. It doesn't seem like there's a build up to it. It's like, oh yeah, he got the star now. I feel a little underwhelmed with the climax. It's a big sequence, but I have to watch it again, and I have to break it down, and then maybe I can understand a little bit more. But I'll admit, like, it's a cool sequence. Like, the battle sequences are really cool. The setting is awesome. It's very creative. The whole planet Bowser, I don't think that's been ever touched on in a game before. But yeah, that's like the only negatives, I guess I could say. And any others that I have, I usually have the opinion of, yeah, that's true, and I understand if you see it that way, and I understand and respect if you view that way. But at the same time, it's just cool. Oh gosh. And it's kind of sad where I'm a simple person in life. I look at the simple things, and if something just looks cool and the reason is, hey, because it's cool and it's because it's fun, then that's fine. That could be all the reason that I'm needed to give, as long as it's done, you know, creatively and fun, and it you know, promises, it delivers on the promises of being fun and cool. Because if it's not fun and cool and you say, oh, because it's fun and cool, well, and it's not, then I have questions. But if I can tell the artist had fun with it and that was their main motive, I respect that. But it's sad when you're seeing arguments online saying like, oh, don't even pull the fun and whimsy card because that's just dumb. And it's like, well, I can understand that. It's not an excuse. However, I'm sorry, who hurt you early in life? Because if you can't have fun and whimsy in a thing, then I feel like you're gonna have a hard time living life. Because it goes back to, you don't play a Mario game for the epic story and the epic characters. In Mario RPGs, you do that. But a normal Mario game, you're not gonna do that. You do it because, oh, I'm having fun. It's a solid, good time. Get me out of here! Ah. And if the movies display the same exact, like, feeling as playing the games, I think they've done their job. Like, you're playing a Mario game, and it's like, oh, I'm playing it because I'm having fun. And you watch the movie, oh, I'm watching the movie and I'm having fun. Then it's like, yeah, that's the same feeling of the source material. I play the Sonic games for story, character, lore. And because it's cool. Oh wow, this is cool. This is cool. What can I say? Oh man. So wait, we go there, we pull back. There we go. And then I watched the Sonic movies because they have cool scenes, and I have to admit, like, after Sonic Movie 3, I can say, that's cool. So, that's my harsh critical review. In the end, it's a fun movie. I had so much fun with it, dude. There's so many references. The music's amazing. The animation is beautiful. All the references that they've crammed into it, a lot of surprises. They use like almost every single character of the franchise into this film. They established new lore. They covered every Mario game in existence and crammed into one movie. It was just such a fun time. And one of the main criticisms of like, oh, this movie is just like really hyper and fast and it's hard to follow through. My parents said that they understood this movie better than the first one, and that's crazy to me. And then we went out for dinner afterwards, and I was able to geek about like all the details and the references that I found. I got to like talk about game development and trivia that I've learned about making either the movie or some of the games, all the references. They explained like the significance of how much Star Fox as a franchise made a graphical input on all the consoles. And so that leads me to the next topic. Buddy Star Fox is in this this movie. Oh man. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna look back at some quotes. Thank you for letting me yap and then being patient with any of your comments. I feel like a lot of movies created from the games and books have issues with bringing what is actually from the books and audience and having experienced the source material. Exactly. That comment right there. I feel like if they don't do the source material, and they don't have to do it one for one, I just feel like it's like a knockoff. And I'm gonna bring this up. The Speed Racer movie 2008. I'm gonna bring this movie up every time I get the chance. Speed Racer, if you've seen the original anime, the movie doesn't share a lot with the source material. It just shares character names, some vehicle designs, some maybe name drops in locations, and that's it. The movie does its own thing and invents its own story and new characters. It's honestly a different world from the anime. It has some plot points that are from the original anime. And getting older and rewatching the movie, I realized how like there's the plot line of Speed lying to his parents to go on a race even though he's told not to in the movie. That is the plot of episode 1 of the anime, and how he wants to become a racer but his parents won't let him. But in this movie they don't dwell on that origin. It's just established that's what he is, and they just move forward. They don't explain to the audience how the cars can like do backflips and stuff. They don't explain how you can be racing at 300 miles an hour like over loops and the audience like in the stands are safe. They just give enough context and create their own laws, and they just go with it. They respect the source material, and in my opinion, I feel like the movie is cooler than the source material. But it doesn't ever have a scene where it has to explain, well, you see, by defying the laws of gravity, this is how we're able to have the car do jumps and things. Or like, we have to explain the significance of why, you know, what the track is made of in the stadium to withstand all this pressure and all these crashes and explosions. They don't do any of that. They just expect you, do you like cars? Yes. Do you like action movies? Yes. Do you like a really cool story? Yes. Do you like anime? Yes. Then this is the movie for you. And it just goes. It doesn't use any single pop song. It does everything from the source material. It invents new things from the source material. It creates its own unique story. And it succeeds. And so it's a perfect example of when adapting something, they need to, yes, go off the source material, but it doesn't have to be one-to-one. With that being said, I have a better respect for the Sonic movies after seeing the Mario Galaxy movie. Or the Mario Galaxy movie, I love it for just being a Mario movie and having all these references and doing everything from the games. And I love it. But then I also respect the Sonic games, not the Sonic games, the Sonic movies, because they do things differently. Even though I feel like they should lean more into the Sonic stuff as far as definitely music. Like, oh my gosh, I don't understand how a professional music composer, no disrespect to like the music composer or anyone who works on the films or something, but my opinion is, how can you be a professional music maker and composer, and if you listen to like any Sonic song and being like, nah, this cannot work in a cinematic environment. Meanwhile, the Sonic songs are pulling off way better melodies and capturing a cinematic vibe than the generic orchestrated blah 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 all the other movies are doing. They have actual themes. Like when I look up the theme for a movie and it's like, yeah, where's the theme? It's just, you know, beautiful orchestrated music, but where's the theme? Where's that catch? There's themes in movies. The Speed Racer movie, the soundtrack is awesome. It's like, yeah, that's the desert theme. Yeah, that's the ice theme. Like, yeah, that's like the final race theme. And I'll be humming it because it actually has a tune. Modern movies, they just have to be cinematic and just dreary orchestra. That's so mid. Like, no, give me an actual theme, because I am dancing in the theater when I hear the Mario Galaxy theme during the sequence, or I'm like poking to my cousin that was watching the film, like, hey, this is the Comet Observatory theme, where you read the storybook, and then like we're geeking out about that. It's like that's cool. That's just cool. And you're gonna be talking about your movie when it has all these references and when it has all these like going into you know, things. You know, that's my commentary now. It does the things. You want your movie to be remembered, not like, oh, well, that was a movie, or like, oh, that was a waste of time. People are gonna talk about the Mario movie negatively or positively. They're gonna be talking about it both ways. Because, why? Because they did things from the source material. You get to talk about the movie, and it's like, yeah, did you notice this detail? Yeah, did you notice that detail? It's a marketing thing, and they did it successfully. All I'm saying, I just want Sonic music in my Sonic movie. That's what I'm super jealous about the Mario movies. Like, they get Nintendo's blessing to orchestrate everything, like, beat by beat, literally, into an orchestrated cinematic way. Meanwhile, the Sonic movies don't want to pay royalties for Live and Learn, begrudgingly adding it to the film. They don't want to. It's like, oh yeah, in this scene, if you listen really carefully, we used kind of the same notes to make out the drowning theme from the classic games, but we did it in a different arrangement. That's what I feel like when it's. That's why I feel like when they fail to adapt it, it feels off-brand. It's like, nah, we can't afford the Sonic drowning theme. We have the budgeted theme. You know, things like dun 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 dun. Now the movie's like dun 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 dun, and it's like, okay, buddy. You can't even call that the same music, especially with all the sound effects in that one specific scene. That's my biggest gripe, honestly. Like, you can go make your original film, you can make your original, like, storyline. It doesn't have to adapt to every single thing. I wasn't crying because there was no Death Egg in movie 2. I understand why they didn't do it, and it kind of, in foresight, makes it better because we have a spaceship Eggman theme in movie 3. And I guess the audiences could not handle 2 Eggman's themed spaceships. But narratively, it kind of gives variety and makes sense. So yeah. All I'm asking is for like Sonic music in the Sonic movie. Because you can't give me a teaser for Sonic Boom for movie 4 and not use it in the film. Like, you can't do an awesome rendition of the theme of Sonic Boom and it's not played once during the film, like, I could live if they don't use What I'm Made Of in movie 4. I can understand if they don't, but give us an orchestrated version of Sonic Boom, and that's fine. Leafy hint. Cool. But anyway, yeah. Sonic is hindered by the real world. Some of the Tom and Maddie scenes and the unnecessary jokes are what makes the Sonic 3 less than Mario Galaxy. I can understand that argument. As someone who really believes that Sonic movie 3 is the best Sonic movie, just because it leans into more Sonic things. When there's certain scenes that, like, okay, there's the scene in movie 3 where Tom gets injured badly by Shadow, and that's the driving force that Sonic has to seek revenge. Narratively, it's good. It's great. It's good character motive. It brings up that scene. It causes that conflict. And in the movie canon, when Tom is basically Sonic's first friend in the movie canon, and seeing him hurt, that's gonna drive him to revenge. That is realistic, and that makes sense. But I can't help but think, this is where I feel like it's the off-brand feeling of these films, where that role could have been filled by an already existing Sonic character, like Tails. A character that people already know, can be associated with, and can grow to attach themselves to the character because of outside sources like the games, the comics, the YouTube stuff. But in movie universe, it makes sense, and it did a good job. And movie 3, I was actually happy with movie 3, recalling and referencing movie 1 and 2. That made me feel like it was worth watching these films, because now I know these references, and now I see these character arcs, and it's like, oh, there's a payoff now to these things. But then I'm realizing it's just in the movies, and it's its own canon. And I do agree, Sonic is hindered by live action, and he's not hindered by live action. He's hindered by live action because I love animation, and I would love to see an animated Sonic film. For me personally, I love animated characters in an animated environment. However, Sonic movies can actually compete and battle against Disney and other films confidently because it is live action. And I don't know why, but people are gonna look at a live action thing and be like, oh yeah, that's gonna be great. They look at an animated thing and they think that's cringe, and that's garbage, and only for little kids. People are just no fun when they make that argument. And it's like, some of the best movies that I've seen are animated. And yeah, you have to understand there's different mediums. Like, yeah, there's kid movies that you watch and, you know, it's made for a very, very young audience. And that's okay, because, you know, young audiences need a film that's, you know, safe and, you know, just pleasant and, you know, solid. But then there's films that use the medium for art. I feel like the live action Sonic films did a good job, and they do a good job bringing public eyes because they're blinded by not having any fun when watching anything animated, even though Sonic characters are animated on the screen. But apparently everything has to have a realistic texture to make sense to a grown adult. Like, oh, if it doesn't look realistic, then what's the purpose? Like, buddy, I don't care if it looks realistic. I just want things stylized. I will argue, and I'm rambling. What is this? This monkey is running off some sunglasses? Cool. Sorry about that. I'll go see where he is. The problem is, Illumination is a really cool animation company. They do some beautiful animation. How do I make clouds? Okay. Okay. Really cool. Really awesome. Love, you know, how they're against AI. It seems like I've heard reports that they're really kind to their employees and a good work environment. That's great. If that means a company has good morals and, you know, is a good work environment, but they're viewed to making just mid-films, I'll take that. Because I would rather have a film studio that's treated respectfully to their workers and respect animation and don't use AI and only make mid-films than a company that makes the best film ever and the most popular film ever, but their work environment is the worst and abuse and criticized, and they're always looking to like work AI into their work process. That's just me. I feel like that's just comparisons that we have to make these days. I don't want to, but you know. However, another thing I will say about Illumination is I don't like the Illumination art style. I think it's impressive how they can make things look super realistic, yet cartoony and stylized. But I just don't like how all their films look the same. And I know like Pixar has their own style that all look the same, and other companies, that's fine. But I don't know, I just don't like the Illumination art style. That's just opinionated, because art styles and art is opinionated, but that's just me. I would have loved a stylized Mario, you know, animation. Gonna trap this monkey in a cloud. Doesn't have to be like Spider-Verse, doesn't have to be, you know, super bombastic, just stylized. Instead of ultra realistic, because I don't need to see every like shell crack or ripple in like Bowser's shell or something. I don't have to see like Mario's individual hair strands. And then when they did the Star Fox flashback, which we're gonna be talking about him really soon, and it was like a 90s anime style that looked beautiful, and I'm like, we could have been doing this. Oh, so you are capable of like an actual creative art style that looks awesome. More of that, please. Anyway, that's just very heavy opinions. I'll read some opinion comments. After we talk to this guy. Whoa, it's good to see you. Good work getting up here. They call me the chimp. Seems like you may be a worthy high climbing rival. Take this star. We'll talk later. Oh, he looks so cool. See you around. Oh man, Cyberbox, did you see my question an hour ago? Probably not if it was an hour ago. I do apologize. I did say in the title, I do be yapping. Just watch Sonic OVA? Yes, because honestly, to this day, I will say that is the best Sonic movie. That is the best Sonic movie, because it doesn't stop and explain to the audience, why is there robots all over the place? Why is there like another dimension, like warp zones? Why is like there's some like fuzzy critters and there's like humans? Why is there a president? Why is the president's daughter like half cat girl? It doesn't question any of those things. It doesn't exposition for the plot and the plot only, and it just expects you to go. It doesn't do a good job representing Sonic because none of those things are from the games, but it's a world that I feel like I can get immersed in, and it's cool. And they do their own thing with like Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Metal Sonic. It's animated, and it's beautiful, and the music's great. Like, that's cinema. That's actual cinema. I just said if you've seen Stickman versus Planter Terraria animation by J-Boys. This is like the third time you've asked that, and what I'm gonna do right now, I'm opening another window. I'm gonna type JZ Boys animation. Don't know why it did that. Universe Terraria. That. I will bookmark that, and I will check it out right after the stream. I keep forgetting, I apologize. But my next stream, you asked that same question, I will definitely say that I have. Oh man. I don't really like what they did with Sparky's character in the movie. That was also Who is Sparky? Sparky from the Mario movie? Galaxy? I don't remember a character named Sparky. Maybe he was in the background, maybe, I don't know, huh. There's so many characters, oh my gosh. Anyway, where are we? Oh, cool. Wait, is this like a power-up room that you can take things to the levels? Oh, that's cool. Like Kirby in the Forgotten Land, but I know this came before. Very cool. That's how you access it. I gotta remember that. Okay. So chat, I think it's time. Let's see. Oh, you're all good, Joseph. Good. Took Kate. Thanks for being patient with. I wasn't really paying attention to the chat tonight. I'm just locked into like rambling. But thanks for reposting your question. Breaking the laws of gravity. What is in here? So chat. Oh, it's a silver star. Huh? So where's the other star? Maybe chat, you can help me out. It says that there's another star here, but where is it? Was it up there? Did I already miss it? I probably missed it already. You know what? When Yoshi isn't here, we're no Yoshi gaming. That. Huh. Well, let's feed this guy. What I think is enough time to talk about another thing about the Mario Galaxy movie. That I think is very interesting. So there's this little character that got introduced to in the movie. I'm not sure if anyone has noticed him or not. But like, you know, he's a small character. That's Fox McCloud. And so when they posted the poster of him, that was cool. I thought he was gonna make a small cameo, because in this movie, the way they're advertising and showing all these characters, like, okay, they're gonna just bring anyone into this, you know, film. And I was expecting, okay, maybe a small scene, not even a speaking role. Okay, turns out he has a voice actor. Okay, cool. He's gonna have a speaking role. And I got to thinking, well, if the characters interact with him, he's a hero type character. And it makes sense for him to be like the transport through the galaxy. Like that's how I already knew that's how they're gonna use him. Like it made sense, of course. But then I thought, okay, he's probably gonna take the characters to the main destination in the climax. But then I got to thinking, he's a hero type character. He wouldn't just abandon them. Like, okay, here's your destination. See you later. Gonna barrel roll out of here. Like, no, he would be. Is he gonna be involved in the climax? And then I realized, like, oh, he's an actual character of the movie. And he has a lot of screen time. And it's like, he's just part of the main cast now. So we're like, okay, he's helping out in the final climax. To where, okay, he's just really cool. Oh my goodness. When they first showed him at the flight deck of the Gateway Galaxy, and the first thing I hear from my cousin was like, no way. And then my mom turns to me and she's like, there's a Fox character in Nintendo like you. And I'm like, yeah. And so, oh gosh, I put the controller down and I messed up. And then they go through like the Star Fox theme with like, that sounds so epic and cool, to the highly stylized 90s anime back story, which is a great job introducing the character because no one's gonna know what this franchise is because it's never had a game in years. And it'll be like, okay, what is this random character doing in the movie now? To him just stealing the show outright. And I think that's so cool. And I do know, like, haha, funny Fox character in movies, it's gonna get a fan base getting started and stuff. But when like casual viewers are like, nah, he was a cool character, and when like casual Nintendo fans are like, nah, he was a cool character, and making it to the top of some of the favorite characters throughout the movie. Oh wait, I need to jump. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. No, don't, no! I didn't know. Oh man. Okay. And then no, don't call me out by being a furry. No. Low-key felt like it, but I knew it was like, nah. I share my projects with my family. and they're like, they know all the work that I've done in trying to learn like an art style and everything, to where it's like, oh, so Nintendo's had a character like that too. But no, Star Fox was really cool. He was too cool for the movie. Oh gosh. He was too cool in a sense. I'm very mad that they revealed his presence in the film. It was a good surprise that I think the surprise was that he had so much of a role in the movie that I wasn't expecting. I'm gonna fall right there. Like, that was a big surprise. I thought it was gonna be a lot less screen time. To where he's like, no, he's actually moving the plot forward and looking cool while doing it. But no, I think it would have been wild if he wasn't even revealed. Oh gosh. Oh man. I just realized, oh, I can double jump this. Wait, no. Oh man. But stressed. No, gosh. Oh gosh. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there. Okay, got it. But yeah, Star Fox is a really cool character. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, we need a Star Fox movie. I think that'd be really cool because I don't know any of the lore or played any of the Star Fox games. I know the characters, but nothing like that. I should probably play Star Fox 64 on stream. And if they do make a Star Fox movie, I would love it in the style of the flashback that they did in the film. Like, that was like the coolest piece of animation out of the whole film, just because it looked different and it looked cool. But yeah, that was really cool. We can now advance. So you brought back a Star Bunny, huh? You know, the one thing in the galaxy's cuter than one of those? Nothing, that's what. Did I get you on that one? Well, it looks like to me that cute critter wants to tell you something. Is he like a toad vest on? I expect Fox to wave dash in the Star Fox movie. Like, he was a good Star Fox pilot in the Mario Galaxy movie. Like, his base game, you know, animations, personality, you know, he's a pilot in the games, he was a pilot in the movie. I would love to see more Smash Brothers representation if he does get a movie like that. And just a move set. Because he pilots in the movie. He doesn't, you know, battle. But I think that'd be really cool to see some nods to Smash Brothers. Just him wailing on the boss and the toads in the background, like that one me, like, oh, oh, oh man, wombo combo. I think that toad over there wants to talk to you. I guess there's something about Amiibo for you. It's pretty curious. Oh, it's so weird seeing like Amiibo mentioned in a game this old. Anyway, what does the rabbit want to talk about? That also made me remember, like, Fox so cool he made it to the post-credit scene, which the post-credit scene I think was a little unhinged. It's interesting. There was no post-credit scene setting up the next movie. It was like just seeing what Bowser Jr. and Dry Bones Bowser in jail, and the unhinged Luma, which I honestly have to say kind of made me feel uncomfortable. Which I guess that's the point, but kind of crazy. And it wasn't really a post-credit scene. So that gets me theorizing. Is there gonna be like a Mario Galaxy, not Mario Galaxy, is there gonna be a Mario movie 3? I would not be surprised at the slightest, honestly. Oh my gosh, this character wants to talk to you. Hey, play the game exactly how you've been playing it this last few times. Also, Hedgehog Films, welcome. There is a post-credit scene. Daisy comes to the third movie. Now you're just pulling my leg. Wait, was there 1 or 2 post-credit scenes? Because we only stayed for 1. Don't tell me there was 2 post-credit scenes, right? Because that seems a little too there's 2. Wait. You didn't know that? No. Wait a minute. Mario. Wait, there was actually another post-credit scene? Oh my gosh, it is. Oh my gosh, yeah. I just scrubbed through a video of a theater recording. They used the monkey, that's funny. Huh. Okay, there's 2 post-credit scenes. The first one was not like a post-credit scene, like, worthy. But now I even have more questions. Like, okay, that brings up a big question. That's a big problem I have with the Mario films. And it's a territory I don't want to go, and it's a discussion I don't want to have, because the internet always blows it out of proportions, and you can't have a decent civil conversation when it comes to female characters. Because I always viewed Daisy as the more rambunctious, adventurous princess in the series, and Princess Peach was more organized, structured, and, you know, more methodical in her actions. And in the films, they wanted to make her like more independent. That's totally fine. Having her as, you know, a playable character, quote unquote, that's fine. I think they handled her really well in the movies. I have no complaints. But I felt like that was kind of Daisy's role, and now that she's in the movie, we're gonna that's just the only thought that I have. But it's not the end of the world, honestly. We have more important things to be discussing and worrying about in lives than how characters are represented in media. It's a fun discussion to have, and it's things that should be done well and with respect. But, you know, sometimes when people share opinions online and discuss online, they need to prioritize the importance of interactions online. In Japan, you're supposed to stay until the end of the credits when watching the movie. I see that, and honestly, that just shows respect for, you know, the credits and all the people who made it. It's just good manners, and knowing that people have always got up during the credits is just disrespectful, and I feel ashamed as a human being knowing there's a culture that you have to be promised there's more secret content in order to view the people who worked hard on a product. But also I'd like to know, well, do I really want to know? It's one of those things that I don't really want to know. I'm just curious, like, how Japan has responded to the Mario Galaxy movie. Because I feel like it's honestly a mess. I made the mistake of just going online, seeing a few comments, feeling very sad and depressed about seeing what I was saying, that the movie wasn't really that great. People were having problems with it. They were just throwing all the excuses, like it was just garbage. It's just a lot of nonsense and noise. And not was respected. And I don't care what people think, but when that's the whole discourse surrounding something, it makes me less wanting to engage with it, even though I want to try to be respectful and I don't care about heavy opinions, and if a person has different opinions, then I do my best to respect those, just as I ask for respect for mine. But knowing when the whole internet is upset, it's kind of hard to enjoy something. But then I saw the movie with my friends and family. I had a fun time. It led to an evening with great conversations with my family. Got to associate and hang out. Had some great conversations. Listening to me geek about like all the references and like little game facts and stuff, and it was just fun. After walking out of the theater and just being like, that was really fun. It just viewed like it is not worth knowing what the world thinks about something when you could experience your own thing about it. And it's hard because as a species, humans, we need to converse, we need to, you know, talk about things, and we want to know about, you know, people's opinions and have a conversation. But you can't have a civil conversation about anything. You just can't chalk it up to being like, well, that's okay. You can't tell anyone it's okay to think this way or feel that way about your opinions. They're just gonna think it's the end of the world, and it's like, buddy, it's not. Just because one detail was wrong out of a perfectly solid experience, are you gonna choose to say that's the worst thing in life, or do you not know other things that are happening, buddy? Or also like, hey, it's... Yeah, it's what I'm trying to get at is that people just cannot be like, I enjoy this because I like it, or I enjoy this because it made me feel happy. There has to be a justification. It has to be like, no, it has to be groundbreaking. It has to do this. It has to, like, it has to be this way in order to be those things. When realistically not. Like, of course, you can look at a thing and it's like, could it be better? Is there an excuse to not have a story? Is it an excuse to not have your characters, like, go through arcs or feelings or something? Not really. And no one needs, you know, no one needs to defend a, you know, a multi-million-dollar company. And even though it's a multi-million-dollar company, they may say, well, the decision for this is because we wanted to do it this way because we thought it was fun. I can respect that, but yet again, it's a multi-million-dollar company, so you really can't say or trust that reasoning. But hearing the music, watching the animations, and seeing the art and display, the individuals who made the film, I can say they had fun, and I can respect, you know, what they did. I didn't watch the film thinking like, of course they did that, or of course they added that because it's corporate. Of course they added that scene just to poke in like the glory days. I watched it thinking like, that's exactly what I expected. That's exactly what I wanted. I went to the film with very low expectations. That's another thing. I went in with very low expectations because honestly, I didn't know how they're gonna tell a story. I didn't know how they're gonna do this scene. I didn't know if they're gonna pull this off. I didn't know, and I didn't think they were going to. So then when they didn't, I wasn't disappointed. Also, Bowser Jr. Wahaha, made it this far, huh? I will say I could not get into Bowser Jr.'s voice in the movie. I just thought it was, I don't know. I just feel with little voice cues from Bowser Jr. in the games and expecting that kind of pitch. I just could not get into his voice acting. But yeah, it's just one of those things like, hey, I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. I'll geek about and tell like, this was cool, this was great, that was awesome, that was amazing. But I'll definitely rewind and be like, I understand it's not a good film. Like I said, the analogy I come from is the Super Mario Galaxy movie is not a good movie, but it is a fantastic Nintendo film. I won't need my dad's help to finish you off. I got a big surprise for you. Oh, gobble gut. Dinner's on. Don't forget to protect your bellyache bulges. Ayo! What kind of state? What is bro yapping about? Oh man. Bowser Jr. and Monkey Ball confirmed. The movie sucks a little. I can understand that reasoning. Also, wait a minute. Is this dragon the same dragon design that was used in Mario Kart 8 for like Dragon Drift Road? Or Dragon Driftway or whatever it was called? Oh gosh, we gotta pop his pimples. Oh my goodness, there's a lot going on. Hey, just like the Mario Galaxy movie. I meant as a joke. Oh, I love this movie. Hey, I would have respected any opinion either way. I know it's a bit bad, but I still love it. You see, that's where it's like, okay, so I try to avoid making comparisons like, oh man, look at this thing being this way. I'm so happy I like this because, you know, I'm just gonna say it, like, I'm not a superhero fan. I never grew up with like DC or you know, Marvel or all that stuff. Okay, I'm getting a little lost. Hang on. So yeah, I haven't grown up with that stuff. I'm not really interested. I mean, I understand there's a lore and there's characters and all that stuff, and I hope the fans like get, you know, film and that they're happy with and they enjoy. That's great. Okay. Ouch. Ouch. Okay. Ow. Okay. I didn't do that. Well. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is I saw the trailer for like Supergirl. And man, I understand what they're doing with, like, you know, what if you were able to, like, what if you're gonna lose your pet and you have superpowers to save them? Like, that's a cute storyline. But I don't care. I'm not interested. It doesn't look cool. Like, all the little things of just little characteristics of Supergirl, I could already tell, like, okay, she's a moping character, and like, she's gonna go for like this character arc. She's gonna be doom and gloom on life. She's gonna make sure, like, you know, character motives for sure. Like, oh, I can't interact with humans because I have superpowers, or like the dog is my only best friend. Now he's gone, and I have to save him, and then I'm an introvert. Well, that's just me seeing an outsider. And for those who are looking forward to the movie and are a big fan of the characters in DC, I hope it's a great film. I hope you have a fun time. Like, I can respect people enjoying things that I don't have any interest in. But I can't be like, oh, this thing sucks, Mario movie's better, because the people are gonna like view it the other way around. Like, why would you watch all this colors and lights and everyone's like, wahoo, there's no character motivations, when you could be watching the Supergirl movie where there's character depth analysis, there's a storyline, like there's character motives, there's emotion, and it all goes back to, buddy, there's just different opinions and different things. There's just different you know, viewpoints. Which, that's the only analogy I can come to. Maybe I'm just a simple person in life. It's not that I'm uncultured and like, oh, I play like silly Nintendo kid games. I just want simple things in life. I just enjoy simple things in life. Go. And that's just what I like. And I think it's kind of sad how, like I said, it's the main part of the Mario movie is like, if the directors say like, hey, we made this movie to just have fun, and that's how it should be viewed, and I'm able to put myself into that mindset, I can respect that. And I can view it that way. But, you know what? I don't need to prove my enjoyment for something on the internet. I can just keep it to myself. I can just enjoy it. I could die to this boss. But I feel like a person will have more respect for liking something that might seem quote-unquote bad or trash if they just keep an open mind. Like, hey, if you want to have a discussion about, you know, oh gosh, how do you get this thing? Okay, thank you. we want to have a discussion about like, oh, let's geek out about like all the details in the Mario Galaxy movie. Like, okay, I'm on board. Or if you want to have a discussion about, let's kind of think about this logically and pinpoint some of the things that could have been done better, or some of the things that don't make any sense, I'll have that conversation too. Like both ways, I'm open for both ways of discussion. I would much rather stay like being like the little happy giddy, like, oh, this, look at the little Yoshi dancing. Or like, oh, that was so cute how they did this scene. Or like, oh, this is a little music prompt. Or like, oh, look at the little reference in the background. It's a good, some people will be like, oh, that's just distraction for like bad writing and stuff. Like, yeah, it is a distraction. Everything's a distraction. Games are a distraction. Movies are a distraction. Just choose one that you enjoy. Oh man, I've been yapping for too long. I've been yapping for oh, a portal to the next world opened up. Anyway, I've been yapping too long. Thank you guys for allowing me to just yap. And I apologize if I wasn't able to get to a lot of comments. It's hard to come up with new stories without accidentally taking someone else's story. It is. And so I think it's better to omit either drawing inspiration and striving to do their own spin on it than trying to be like, oh, look guys, we're doing something original, and then fans and critics are like, well, it's just like this, and you don't omit it. Then it just feels like you have bad intentions. Oh man. But yeah, I liked the Super Mario Galaxy movie. I feel like it's important to have different types of media. If you feel like delving into like an actual story with character motives, story, lore, find something else. That's cool. I can recommend The Adventures of Tintin. That's a kids movie. It's animated. But it tells like a really compelling narrative with a mystery. It makes you think, and it's one of my favorite. It's tied to my favorite movie of all time. If you just want to watch a movie that makes you just feel happy, you just want a distraction, you want to look at the pretty lights, just kind of forget all the stresses for a little bit, Mario Galaxy movie, man. It's just a fun time. And I'm happy. It's not a movie made for a general audience. And that's what's bold. And that's why it's getting hated on. Because, hey, this movie exists. It's not for you. It's for the people that really like this stuff. And the people that really like this stuff, they're gonna see it. It doesn't have to be adapted for general audiences. If a general audience cannot handle Yoshi on the big screen, then I fear that we're doomed as a society. Oh man. I wonder if the third Mario movie, Daisy, will get the Rosalina treatment. So yeah, if Luigi got less screen time in the first film, but then he gets more screen time in the second film, but then the new character gets less screen time. In the third film, that means Rosalina will get more screen time, but then the new character, Daisy, will get sidelined. I think it's going to be the tradition. Now, the next thing is Rosalina going to be in the third movie? Is it going to have the problem of too many characters to juggle? I mean, they didn't have Donkey Kong in Galaxy, and that's fine. Because I feel like when you have new characters, and it's like, I want to see Donkey Kong in the Mario movie, well then watch the first one. if you want to watch Rosalina, then she's in the Galaxy movie. I feel like for the third movie predictions, I mean, they kind of did like everything. That's the thing, where it just feels like they've done everything in Galaxy. They hit like every reference. They've done like every Mario thing. Where I'm satisfied. Like, if Galaxy movie is the last Mario movie, I'm satisfied. Which I know it's not going to. But I would be satisfied if it just ended right there. The third one, I feel like it will be Daisy, of course. And Wario and Waluigi, I feel like they're gonna be the main antagonists. And maybe they're the ones that break Bowser and Bowser Jr. out of jail. And it's gonna be them. I feel like they have to, because I feel like Daisy, Waluigi, and Wario are the last Mario things to kind of include. Because I feel like Galaxy, they've done every Mario thing. It's not just the Mario Galaxy movie. They call it the Mario Galaxy movie because of how galactic the proportions of their scope is, of like the cast of characters, all the references, every story beat. Like, they've done every single Mario game reference and almost story beat in the Galaxy movie, where it's like, what's left? But I would not be surprised, I would and I would not, if I feel like Mario would work well as like a little mini series. If Nintendo Pictures, you know, the new animation studio that Nintendo's making up, I feel like I would definitely, if having a Nintendo Switch subscription service means that I will have access to an app on my Switch to watch animated content made by Nintendo Pictures, I feel like that's worth it. I feel like it would be impossible to do because of the internet, but I feel like that's possible. I think that's worth it. I feel like little short stories is how Mario would work. So, that's just my opinion. I feel like, yeah, Mario would work well in a mini-series format. He's done his big grand movies. The first one's great, the second one's amazing. I love it. And with how creative the series is, like, yeah, you can create scenarios and characters, but you got to, is it worth a movie? That's what the big question is. That's the question. And that's where I have the respect for the Sonic films, and Sonic as a franchise, because I feel like I'm so happy being a fan of Mario and Sonic, because they're two completely different polar opposites. Honestly, it's crazy. It's crazy how Mario is respected because he has solid games. He's just fun. Like, if you want a good fun time, like, his games are fun and polished. But I feel like that's kind of the conversation when it comes to Mario. Like, how does the game play? How does it feel to control? Is it fun? And then when people are looking a little bit more than that, it's really not there. Because I'm gonna be leaving ending the stream, but I'll leave it with this last comment as we're blasting off to another world. Like, we all know there's gonna be a new Mario game for the Switch, too. It's coming. New 3D Mario, I should say. And everyone's different. Everyone's has different expectations. For me personally, I'm not looking forward to I'm not looking forward to the new Mario game on Switch because of you know, what's the story gonna be? Or like what's the characters gonna be like? It's like, no, I'm curious to see what gameplay mechanic or what's the game gonna be like? Like, what are you gonna be doing in the game? And that's valid. Like, that's a question that you should be asking for every video game. But that's basically it. Like, I have no idea. I have no clue. And maybe it's like, that's the cool thing. Like, with Mario, you don't really know what you could do. You could be a creative person, and it really pushes to be creative. With Sonic, it's like, ho, I'm questioning what's the gameplay gonna be like? How's it gonna feel to play? Those are the main things. But I'm also questioning what's the story gonna be like? What's the narrative gonna be like? What's the new lore? What's new characters? What are the character actions gonna be like? And in my opinion, it's a little more, a lot more to be excited for. But, you know, it's good to have variety. That's where it all comes down to. I don't think one's better than the other. They all have their strengths and weaknesses. But I just think it's curious where I feel like where Mario is trying to... People are focusing on the quality of, like, the experiences and more statistics. Sonic's over here being like, hey, we're gonna just add to the story. We're gonna like add some new characters, some new lore, like here's some interesting tidbits, some new creations, some new world building. We're just gonna have fun. Mario over here doing collaborations with little people, which I think is adorable and cool, and I love it. No disrespect. But Sonic's over here being like, yeah, we're gonna, you know, fight a 100-foot tall robot. Or, hey, we're going to, you know, do a collaboration with Hot Topic or something. Oh, man. But enough of me. This was literally the yapping stream of all time. I'm not usually opinionated, especially on the internet, but I don't even know where to timestamp all this because I'm not really focusing on the game. I'm just yapping. Next stream I'll focus a little bit more on the game. Which kind of leads me to a question maybe I could ask chat. I'll read some of the comments and then I'll ask a question for chat. The fourth Mario, the second post-credit scene, Mario meets Sonic and the participating in the Olympic Games. The fourth Mario movie, Mario and Sonic team up against Bowser and Jim Carrey and from melting all the snow in Vancouver or something. And the fifth Mario movie, Mario goes to Fortnite and teams up with Jonesy the first. Then we got the Smash Bros. Movie starring Vector. I'm very curious to see if a Smash Brothers movie would work because Smash Brothers is about just not Nintendo games. I hardly recommend, like, I hardly think of it as being a Nintendo game. It's more like a collaboration game. When you title something Smash Brothers, and I know Nintendo's not going to want to share any, you know, rights with third-party games. I don't think they're gonna allow Mario and Sonic to be together. I really feel like there's some tension between the two right now. I think it's interesting. I think it was so cool. We did get a Smash Brothers reference. I mean, spoilers alert, but the Mr. Game & Watch scene was really cool. That was a surprise. Oh man. the story in the main Mario game, save Peach from the unlocked castle and defeats Bowser. Yeah, that's the story as old as time. And there's been some spins to it, but I feel like you're not gonna get RPG level of story in a mainline Mario game. And I feel like the Mario RPGs have great stories. Brothership has a great story. I'm enjoying that game and characters. But as far as the mainline, they just focus on like how does the game feel and stuff. Wasn't there a game theory or something about how all the random blocks of bricks are actually people or something? I think I heard that way back when, and I don't know, the way I reacted to like old internet things like that, I just thought like that's stupid and then never delved into it again. Does the game vibe? I like this game. The game does vibe. Artemis 2 is about to land on the moon soon. Sweet! That's awesome. Hopefully, I think that's an awesome scientific thing that's been happening. I haven't been following it too much, but I think it's really cool. Meanwhile, Mario's over here just doing it on the daily. Okay. Well, before I end the stream, I want to ask chat a question. I want to continue Mario Galaxy 2. I'm happy I was able to play through Mario Galaxy 1 before the movie, and then use this game to, you know, yap about the movie. What do you guys think about taking a break from Mario games, and then continue on with something else? I'm thinking we jump back into either, like, there's some options, and it all comes down to what I'll feel like playing, honestly. But I don't know I don't know what I'm gonna be playing next, or what will be the next thing, but I can say the games I think I'm going to be starting are continuing Pokemon Legends ZA. I'm missing that game. That's the first ever Pokemon game that I've played, and then when I stopped playing for a while, normally I'd be like, you know, I'm just not vibing with it. Like, I was really having a hard time. I'm not enjoying it. No, ZA, I'm looking forward to playing that again, and continuing my journey there. So I might, that game, I know I probably dropped playing Star Fox 64. I feel like I'm entitled to play that, just because I've said, you know, Fox is my favorite character in the Galaxy movie. I feel like I need to play the game he's actually from. And then also, I know I talked about where I want to play Mega Man X. So those are some games that are coming up. I don't know what I'm going to be playing next, but I might be Thomas the Tank Engine game on PS5. No, I have Thomas the Tank Engine game on Steam. Oh my gosh. If you guys thought I was yapping about Nintendo, you guys are not ready for me to start yapping about Thomas the Tank Engine and the production history and lore of that. Because they just released a new game this year, and it is beautiful. Anyway, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2, gosh, I would love Hot Wheels Unleashed 2. Now, when I feel like talking about another yapping stream, when I start yapping about Hot Wheels Acceleracers, I'm going to be playing Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 and the Accelerator DLC. That will be that stream. And I've always wanted those wooden railroad sets from Thomas the Train. Yeah, those are really cool. What was it? The ones that I grew up with were the motorized ones. Those were cool. And I think they're coming out with some like new die casts this year, which I'm a sucker for die cast collectibles, so I might pick a few up just to have on my shelf as a collectible. Oh man. So let's see. Those are kind of on the back burner for right now. As far as animation updates, hopefully animation soon. We will see. That being said, gonna be ending the recording here. I want to thank you all for watching and subscribing. Shoutouts to the channel members who are able to make it to chat. I appreciate the support. Definitely get me closer to hopefully saving up for a new tablet for drawings, because mine is on the verge of dying, so I'm trying to wrap up the projects really soon. And yeah, thanks for letting me yap about the Mario movie. For those that are going to see it, hopefully you have a fun time and enjoy it. For those that did see it and loved it, I'm so happy you were able to have a fun experience. For those who've seen it and did not like it, I hope that you were able to find a movie that you do enjoy. Or rewatch a movie that you do enjoy. That's one of your all-time favorites. I did not expect to use the Yoshi YouTuber a lot more than you actually did. I didn't either. So there were some glitches, I do admit. But I'm happy with the Yoshi bit, because I'm like, I want to do something unique, and I feel like it would be fun like every time I use Yoshi, because he's kind of like a power-up in this game, then I'm gonna use my Yoshi form. But yeah, I actually do have to make like a list of like all the different cyber forms I have. I didn't realize I had that many. Let's see. Checking that. Checking that. All right. Checking that. All right. Honestly, you'd probably be a good TF artist. What is a TF artist? Oh, there's like an acronym for like transform or something like that? Hey yo, I think transformation sequences and animation kind of go together. Sequence of things, so I might try that. Transformation, yeah. Alright, well, my cat is telling me it's time for bed, and he's right. So I gotta get going. Team Fortress artist. If I liked first-person shooters, then probably that's also another thing, but I'm just prolonging the inevitable of ending the stream, so I will sign off for the final time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Shoutouts to the members of the channel. Thanks so much for your support and keeping me going. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. I don't know when I'm going to stream next time, or when my next video is. Hopefully soon. And I will see you all laters. Bye!